Starting on the T side of their map choice. U2 over towards A. Nico's having a look and being caught out of position. He's down already, and Sunny will take him.
Yeah, let's see what Roy can do with the Julie. He's hard to track, but still pops 3 on the Julie. Henny down and out, and Mibr after that first pick onto Nikod also got nothing to celebrate. Exit perhaps could be a conversation. Oh, Insani. You know he's no slouch on the pistol. Saw a crazy Mibr approach, and it starts with a flank like that. Now we see another in the feed. Insani gets one. Exit another. And now a 2-on-2. Sure, the bomb was lost on Gap. There's the flash. They've opted to fight ramp instead. Does limit Exit's options, but the bomb can be retrieved. At least they can consider it. Still posted for the angle. Insani taking his team out of trouble again. First land, but you wouldn't know it when you look at him play. Mezzi holding that bomb with 40 seconds to go, and now all onto Exit. Nice hold, well recovered, Fnatic.
And not the player. A full eco in the previous, out towards A, quickly the guns are up, the pressure on, Insani, that's an opener. Roy down in the dirt.
Oh, you saw the perfect timing on that flash peek as well. Like, Roy had vision, and then he didn't. Immediately deleted, and Insani posts another, and an impactful opener here in the first gun round. I say guns, of course, Fnatic operate with 3 SMGs, a UMP to surprise us all, and Crims supported by Nikodos. Oh, he's looking away, faffing with nades. He needs 1 and gets just enough, but 2v4. Exit with the trade.
I feel like that hurts more than getting caught as pulling a nade out, dropping one to your teammate, so you both come sinking down as Exit. He's going to make sure that the flank not possible here. The rest of your team can make their way in towards A. Fasher, he's even given them all of this real estate, so Insani continues to search, but as we can see, X-Ray, our lovely little friend here, securing the A bomb site very, very easy, and it should be first blood for Mibr posting around on the board. But it is great to see this kid. We've got him in the pip right here. It's a name that I'm not too sure anybody was really familiar with. Joining from the Academy roster.
Yeah, and I mean, I just feels like he's been making hay while the sun shines. You know, he's been given this opportunity out of the Academy roster, and he's just running with it, refusing to throw it away or to be looking back with regrets as to how he approached it.
I think the Breno conversation was quite similar as well. When he first got the call up, it was as a stand-in, and then he was able to make his way into the team full-time. And they're both aggressive riflers, which is exactly what they lost with Cello and Jota, right? The way that those two played that A ramp on Vertigo on the CT side is exactly, well, I don't want to say exactly, right? But they definitely had a similar playstyle of being hyper-aggressive, chopping down.
I've always wanted to see that kill.
Okay. Just have to avoid this AWP and the rifle, and that's a little run boost.
Okay, does he go wide on this? Now, there is a gap, and it is enough for Nikodos to put his name in the feed, and likely he's ready for Henny. He does catch one into the left pit. Henny alive and kicking, but warded off of an active duel. He'll have to just housekeep ramp as his team try and forge a path into B. Stagnades look like destined for a warning. Fasher's going to be screaming 2B minimum. And the weaponry of this B defense, suboptimal. You can see Nikodos and Roy with the save rifles, no one in position to really provide support. Mibr have made the right call.
Still plenty of time for this one to go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you do walk into Nikodos, it could get interesting. This is the opener. So they know the AWP was ramp, but do you assume it's repositioned?
Well, I think if you're expecting the save, right, you're going to expect, exactly you said, the AWP to continue to move around, but just posting him up. Now they're going to flash him off the line, steps out, misses. Now the AWP is noted. They need to apply pressure here because the rotation very far away. Mezzi's flank.
I like that.
It's
Info.
not extremely potent, right? Info is sure. He can't do a lot of damage, so he needs to hope that Nikodos and Roy can get the job done.
Yeah, at least it means that the rest can join into the stack. Spotted out on elevator. Nikodos, another connection. He had to step up, and is doing so here in our 6th round. 20 seconds, misses the shot over the box. Exposed and eliminated. Insani does a lot. Still they have to plant. Crims can disrupt and does so. Body shots into Exit, leaves it all on Henny. No time to get that bomb down, never mind with 3 breathing down the back of his neck. He's gonna have to run or die? Yeah, we opt for the latter. Nice find, Fnatic, not only with the round, but managing to hold on with it.
And they'll try and be threatening again.
As opposed to having one completely unthreatening and one slightly.
Yeah, so the key here is just to make sure they get to a full gun round at some point. That's a little bit threatening. A nice shot there from Roy. He will burn to, I believe, Henny through that from the forklift room. We do see that coming into a bit of popularity. They just need to really avoid Crims getting a multi-kill on this M4, and it should be their round. And Turtle now taking this space off that opening kill should signal the return back to A. They have one smoke. They might not even need it.
The CT side does remain very dynamic. It must
Ash is dead.
In order to keep track of where this defense may reside. Yeah, rifle recovered for Nikados. 2 in play.
Okay.
Crims takes down Insani. Now things do get a little extra interesting.
Yeah, there's still that kit on Crims, and they can pick up that other rifle. So everybody equipped right now. Fnatic might want to give this one a look in.
Yeah, but who's going to be the one to open the door to this round? Slow crawl down.
That's the kit going around the world. If he dies on the flank,
which he will,
the round's done.
I mean, Exit could not be better positioned for this. And yeah, the round does conclude.
Yeah, I think the penny just dropped as well there, that was our chance back in, as well as the defuse kit to make things a little bit easier. But now we can have a conversation about what the buy might look like into the preceding rounds here. Because before it would have just been a few Deagles again. Well, it still can be a few Deagles, but it can be an M4 and an AK, or maybe, just maybe, Mezzy made the executive to go for chunkier purchases. It wouldn't be advised unless they wanted to drop some FAMI, but everyone loves a FAMAS. You all at home know the FAMAS is definitely no. Hope everybody brought their jackets and gloves and beanies.
Renault's trying his luck, and they... Okay! Fully flashed, out the smoke, still Insani provides a trade. Just got that premonition, he can visualize where he needs to put that crosshair. Roy, wise to fall out, doesn't want to be giving up an advantage now.
But look what they've traded here, right? So as far as the util goes, we call it the Nafany smoke, but 2 of those have been deployed, and CTs have used 2 smokes of their own to negate the push. So right now, they've burnt, well, let's say 40 seconds of smokes, and that means the CTs have cancelled out any of the T's moves to take this space. So they don't feel pressure just yet, and now that will start to sink in.
Yeah, well, pressure is Insani's middle name. See when he can build upon that, seems to thrive with it on his shoulders, at least upon arrivals here. Just started with the pedal to the metal. Now, this is another Fnatic defensive initiative.
And they have to, because they don't have any B info right now. That defensive flash that was just thrown is all a bit of a ruse here. They're playing retake A. They don't really have a whole lot of utility to stop this push. We can't see a molly to stop the plant, and that looks like a deep smoke towards elevator, so this would be a fight on the site.
Ooh, Roy's safe, but likely cleared if they've got their flight paths ironed out. It's Turtle, the first contact swung on now. Need the battle to be won. Fnatic. They somehow bail Roy out. How has he gotten away with that? Gets 2. Mollied out, flashbanged into a corner, and still heart beating, and albeit hanging on by a thread.
Very well handled from Fnatic there. In fact, they had so many bodies being able to fight from the sniper deck. That must have been well comm that it was a deep elevator smoke. They'd rotate into position. The proactive maneuvers were able to set them up for success. And now Henny hoping to hide. Can't go down after time here. Henny's gonna... Timing.
Master of this ramp so far for Fnatic. Good pistol on it now with the rifle as well. There's more nade damage. We'll check in on utility at the end of the half. Definitely feels like it's been a potent few rounds with their HE stacks. Well placed. That's brave, but gets the information, forces the shot. Insani loves this crawl. He loves this crawl. He wants to profit upon it. The molly will stop it.
Sandbag one way here from Nikados. They tried to use this before. Got picked apart. They looked over it. You can also use it and look under it. Just removing a couple of angles of play here. And you can see Henny, everyone's so aware of this one way at this point. If anybody was to walk into that, they'd cop that bullet, they'd go down. But to stall them out, it's definitely working. So if that's what the objective is, job done. And back and forth they go here. I said MIBR would be happy with 6 already, but if you go into halftime 9-6, you're going to feel a bit deflated not getting any more rounds on the tail end of this lead.
Feels like Fnatic are taking very, very informed stacks. Again, they've got 3 people here. Fasha, Crims, able to respond. Mezzy playing on this quad position. He's not been Molotov'd out, but chooses to take the duel all the same. That gives them the opening. Insani again finds his name in the feed. They are battered, they are bruised. Fasha could be a bit of a nuisance as he looks to disrupt. Crosshair in the wrong place. Exit takes him, and it looks like MIBR will make that 6 a 7. And again on the B site, they've been having a great deal of success over here.
Yeah, and you bang on, right? The fact that they're able to enter into that site, they don't molly Mezzi out of position, but he steps forward first. I guess it's off of a team play, but just not connecting the dots there. The attention wasn't drawn. He just stepped right out into his death. And because of the back and forth nature of this game, that's why we've seen a few more saves. And both teams have definitely been saving it. So here it is. You can see him step forward. No one else really able to take that contact. And a good job cleaning house. So you can see why MIBR like returning to this bomb site.
And oftentimes that quad position can, especially with the amount of time that was there, can function as just a frustration that you haven't cleared it. You haven't had the molly, he could be there, and it really limits the fights and the conviction you can have in your other duels.
I guess another side of this is him as the in-game leader of the team wanting to step out and get some info to make sure it is the B player.
Yeah, he knows his boys don't know and would love to be able to tell them.
Yeah, just make sure there's no over-rotation there.
Run boost for this Nikados swing. He goes straight wide and happy to peek and spray over the flames. No one's managed to find him or spot him. Those flames operating as a nice obscure view.
I just got to talk about this multi-kill potential of these two new young bloods here, Insani and Breno. They've both had 6 multi-kills apiece.
Eesh.
Where you compare that onto the Fnatic side of things, the most we're looking at is Roy and Nikados with 2 apiece, right? So these two doubling up in rounds has been key to the success of MIBR.
Yeah. Under discussed. Ooh, but the player's capacity for finding 2 when most would find 1. A lot of the new generation, it just becomes instinctual. They know where their teammate would be and how they'd be trying to help them. So that one way down, you have to remain relatively proactive. Roy's called and said, don't see any Tootsie Toes. The unenviable task of playing this position falls to Mezzi. So as they come and knock in, we'll see what their protocols dictate, but this is definitely going to be on their flight path. Here we go. There you go. Mezzi gets 1 and 2. When most would get none, that's big from the Brit. Henny trying to take that bomb through. Flash to facilitate. Smoke on right side. It will fall to the Deagle of Crims on this slither gap if he wants to have a pot shot pre-plant. Okay, Henny's dead too. That's nuts. And Fnatic will make it 7 with just a single rifle. This is a game of Counter-Strike, folks. And it's only just begun. This is the first half of the first map, and we have to find out who is going to be joining us at Katowice.
Must be a bug on their scoreboard at the moment, because Breno only has 6 kills. And that's if we can trust their scoreboard. But it would be impossible for him to have 6 multi-kills with only 6 kills. So I apologize to everybody I let down, and I would like you all to blame HLTV and a little bit of my negligence. But let's get underway here with round number 16. Dual Berettas are plenty again. MIBR deploying 2 here, the same as Fnatic on their CT side. Mezzi with a smoke and a flash, and out mid, well, the jiggles, they're precise. The space it has taken, and the attack must be coming.
And the rookie, ready. Ouch. Well, warded off with a nice goosh to the dome, now leaping into the B site, and Turtle, long range, has managed to track down Fasher, one back into the head of Exit, 2 players low. 9 points of health between the 2 of them. Insani needed help. Turtle still with 1 in the feed on those stairs, and it's a 2-on-2. Bomb is down. This is a big duel for to win. Turtle gives him a leg up, and Nikados, the bomb is down. He knows it's unlikely there's a kit in play. 3 frags out of Turtle in this pistol. Can Nikados rip this round away from them? It's not an ideal plant for him. Going for the 10-second defuse. Does actually have a perfect plan. What am I saying? Still, Breno's good for it. It was set up for success. Made sense.
And they are just posturing towards B. So if the rotation doesn't start to get back now, Exit is going to have to flash to try and delay this.
Yeah, they have 0 nade. I mean, 2 flashbangs. And there goes one of them. To very little effect. Exit well for the frag. Roy, though, still with that Galil in the center of the pack. All 4 now encroaching on towards the bomb site. Exit nearly another. Good damage, significant. Onto Mezzi, long range bursts, chipping further at the Dane. Nikados down low, but Insani and Breno going to try and hold on to what they've got.
I like this, though. Crims knows that they can take a few liberties here as far as the hunt goes. So at least patrolling and trying to control this mid-corridor right now. I think he heard some steps there on the wood, so should have a good idea, at least where Insani lies, trying to get away from this play. realistically, just that M4 you'd love to hold on to. Both would be great, but if you can choose one, Breno maybe finding some impact in the follow-up round. Again, this sandbag position being used to save. But it felt like in that round, if you're MIBR, that you were chasing ghosts. Every time you want to take a fight, they weren't there. And then when you went to reinitiate, they didn't even want to take the space. They were just more than happy to... Whoop, 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 Breno. Yep, here you go.
Wow. Oof. How does Turtle actually win out on that exchange? So young eyes.
Fnatic going to give it an attempt here on the B execute. Smoke top stairs will stall this out, but I think that also allows you to come on in and start setting this up. If there's no flash for Turtle, he will just have to sit here in the wood position. Exit trying to bait.
I mean, this is awfully difficult.
Yeah.
A double boost. So Turtle...
I think he's screwed.
Yeah, but he might have a chance onto Roy. Like, that's a fight that... Yeah, you see one or two off, and the trade's immediate from Fasha. And then they can disappear if they desire. For 35 seconds, there will have to be a commitment behind these smokes. They're flying through the air now. Nikados posted. Exit activates and deactivates by courtesy of that Danish orb. Breno will have a go. Insani only the one. And whew, Breno kept very honest. Good shots out of the AWPer. Up to 18 now, but two very impactful frags that facilitate an 11th.
Positive they saw Henny's toes there as well. You can see the way that Mezzi reacted to that, so immediately removing himself from the play here. As he's on the most HP, it would be ill-advised if he went down first, because with a bit of a swift breeze, Crims and Nikados might follow, but a good round for Fnatic to go tit for tat. And this is it, right? This trade was always destined to happen here. Even if Roy goes down, Fash is in the perfect position to punish, and you can see this in the replay highlighted right now. Oh, there he is. There he goes. But you bang on. I think you really have to post the credit to Nikados there. 18 kills in total. The desk definitely discussing the lack of his impact against OG. We're definitely seeing him here in the server today, playing a good style of Counter-Strike against the Brazilians.
Yeah, and this is MIBR's map, the one of which they've played the most in the last 3 months. Obviously, start of the year, those stats can get a bit warped, but a very clear trend towards playing Vertigo. So this is where they should be the most comfortable.
Evolution of Counter-Strike, but we are back underway here, and do MIBR have anything to say? Or are we looking like a quick finish from Fnatic?
Go on, Turtle. Oh, pre-aim. Fasha reads him like a book. And an opening provided by the Dutchman once more.
Feels too simple here, doesn't it? Just return to B and execute. Or at least force this rotation, and you could head back to the other side. This is where Fnatic can really toy with them. They're in no rush. They look like they handle these late to mid-round situations very well. Doesn't look too panicked.
I imagine their comms, as we heard actually, are relatively relaxed. Everyone's on the same page. Singing from that same hymn sheet. Exit will have a little jiggle and gets a whole face full of information. He's keeping him grounded. Unwilling to swing. Nade looks well placed from both sides as oof, damage is done. Ears are ringing. Smoke is out, and they can play around that nicely. 45, though, not in a rush. The smokes are down now for Fnatic. Theirs will be up longer than the CTs. Still Henny
calling their bluff here.
Lingering on A, but the stack calls the bluff. It's going to get really uncomfortable if you don't find a way in soon. Maybe Fasha use that low HP to initiate. 20 seconds and you've
problems now.
Boost. Someone's going to have to make a move. We've got one smoke, lads. It's so quiet. It's uncomfortable, but there's the smoke, and now they know they're in the right place. They just have to hit the headshots. 9 seconds, and there's the frag. Breno with 2, Insani with 1, round done. And now Nikados could be run on down. He'll take it. He'll take the fights regardless. More a survival, a cornered animal. Bites the hardest. He does manage to keep hold of his AWP, but that is an MIBR round.
Very good damage, though, right? The flow and effects of that are fantastic. Sure, MIBR get that, but you feel like that's...
Virtual 2023. Breno's taken the M4 straight into Nikados' scopes, and he's done. He's evacuated himself with the extinguish and going straight forward, giving up the AWP. I do like it.
Yeah.
I like the intent.
That's some pizzazz.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but it does concede that what felt like a very condemning advantage.
And an AWP available for Henny now. Let's see how much damage he can do.
For 300, Alex. Ooh. Ooh. Can't wait for the VOD review for that one. Nikolas is already aware of how that's going to go.
Yeah, sorry, boss. I was sitting on a bit of a heater. I had 22 kills.
I hit a shot. I hit a banger.
I just thought I was going to close the game. Samuelson just sitting there shaking his head. Keita, disbelief. Scoreline 16-14 in favor of MIBR. Heartbreak all around.
Stop.
Well, now they can defend MIBR, and you can see they've taken more of a passive stance here. Still a whole bunch of utility to boot on both sides of the server.
The dialogue has fully shifted, hasn't it? From that opening exchange and from the run out of spawn to now, we find ourselves at 40 seconds. The crane one way's down. That's going to rot another 20 off the clock.
It might even force them into the AWP, which is currently over towards short. And if that is the case, Henny should be good for at least one. I know he's only got 7 kills.
Nikolas biting through his nails as this one plays out. Oh, good molly. Awkward as hell for Fnatic now. It feels just like the last 20 seconds. Having a go. That's the difference maker, though. Roy has enabled access through the ramp. You don't have to go into that deadly AWP. Henny will be pressured from both sides eventually. As he fires off a shot, looks the wrong way. Now they've neutralized the threat and can build into a plant. Just enough time on the clock. Sweat off the brow now, he says with bated breath. Turtle catches Fasher off of that plant. Exit trying to set him up for something more, but he doesn't really have the weapon for this. Neither of them do. Changes that now with the AK. Crim's on his next sweep's going to have contact. Oh, lives on. Turtle swings out, does go down. Crims and Mezzy playing it to perfection. Oof, lives out. A little tag to the kneecap, but Exit will have to, well, leave.
Yeah, get on out of here. Backing off, hightailing it. Crims might go down here. No, will survive just on 4 points of health. So handled there, even though Nikolas got a little bit close situations, but they've been able to get through unscathed. And now back towards A. This gamble stack, they've completely evacuated the A bomb site. There is nobody playing in a forward position for MIBR here. It's retake with one molly.
And the utility will start to plume. Vision denied. 10 seconds. A denial here. Unlikely. They are going for an exposed plant spot, though. Tie in the corner. Round could end if one more bullet found Mezzy. It doesn't. Retakes on. MIBR with a double. On the way in. Fnatic off kilter. Still can count on Nikolas. It's set up on the sandbags to do some damage. And so can Fasher. Actively contesting. They want to take this duel. They want to take it in unison, though. Oh, and they all fall. Advantage just disintegrating for MIBR. Shot after shot. Only Exit can save them now. Maybe Henny straight through the boards. Crims with the wallbang. And Fnatic take Vertigo with style, with pizzazz, and with a stalwart attitude, keeping it cool. Fnatic one map up in this series and one map away from that group stage.
Fantastic finish right here, and guess what? You can see Banks already trying to pick up somebody for a bit of an interview. Nikolas top fragger, maybe. That'll be Banks' choice. With the AWP, the desk wanted to see him lift his game. Wow, he got it done with the orb, he got it done with the rifle, got it done with a bit of flair. Fnatic across the line, 16-11. Let's throw it down to Banks.
Through all of the dots of the I's and crossing of the T's opt for Fountain. Gonna just be probing their way through. Little Fasher dispatch towards underpass to make sure no funny business from the CT's aggressive. He will join the pack.
And speaking of aggressive, in the post-game interview with Nikolas, we heard him talking to Banks about that aggression. Said similar style as Furia. I'm not too sure if anybody wants to be running that right now. Furia down a map to IHC. And down is Breno. A face full of lead. Nikolas right there with the P250 straight between the eyes. And now they get a bit more spring in their step.
Yeah, and no one's on A.
No. Not at all.
No.
That's a problem. A big problem. Exit does have a flash, but he can't flash for anybody because nobody's with him. Henny through connector, Insani will follow. Turtle going to come around the world. I guess we'll watch Fasher try and deathmatch.
Is this just like a happy accident, or do you think Fnatic have noticed that they might be starting a little heavy on the B lean? Here's Exit tucked in. Maybe he can couch an element of surprise onto... No, I've answered that question, or rather Crypt has. Great tap to the head, Exit's gone, and yeah, this only gets more difficult from here. An uphill struggle for the Glock of Mezzy. Roy now just making sure they can putt it in. They're on the green. Just need to tap it in as the tap comes in from the CTs. Oh no, it's fallen apart! shot. Do they have the kit?
No time.
Okay, good grief. I got nervous for a moment. Turtle again with an impactful pistol. Could give this man a Julie every pistol round from here on out.
If he has the silenced M4 on, he can actually have an M4 on Kevlar. And oh, some techies moves just there, getting on the shell in the front bathroom smoke, and he's actually being flashed on through. So ready to take the fight, and this is a chance for a duel. But this space right now has meant 3 players on A, 2 towards B, and a warning shot from Henny.
Well jiggled, well played. Roy is very threatening. He's forcing even more of the very limited utility out of their hands now. Breno relieves Roy of his head. Turtle tucked on sandbag should be set. Forced out by the flames. Now Crims makes a round out of this by finding the frag, perhaps. Oh, Mezzy deletes exit from the heavens. Now we will see a plant. We will see a retake. Breno and Henny coming in from the L block. We got Insani very low on short. Don't really see how Insani's going to have impact. Crim's lucky to be alive after Breno's first contact.
Missed the flash. Oh, no. They missed the flash to set up that kill. Crims takes down Breno. That'll be the round. That was a 5-on-3 situation. And again, that sinking feeling for Mibr really starting to take shape here.
That's the best shot we've seen. 2 openings in the bathrooms area.
And if you're going to get 2 opening kills and then still lose out on the B bomb site, what else and not be able to retake? I know there was an unforced error of missing that flash right there, a little detail that could have changed the round, but still, you're already 5 rounds in the hole on the...
3 AK-47s maneuvering through. Knows flash. Henny's not blind, and Henny is going to hit that first. Second as well. Dancing around the pillar. Fnatic evacuate immediately. There's an AWP. Nowhere in their mind did they anticipate the big zoom banger. They've maneuvered there already up towards the truck. 19 seconds. Nikodos is calling B clear. This is so cheeky, so reactive. Have they got the time? Fasha in underpass, 10 seconds. Now Nikodos will activate, cancels the rotation. Caught by exit, you need to plant now. And they're losing bodies, only Fasha up against 4. Mibr, give it a good shot, a good shake of the stick, and Henny launches them into their first CT round.
All right, that'll get you to make a bit.
Cool.
There we go, that's a pop culture reference, everybody.
I'm so proud of you.
Boomer Birchall.
Boomer Birchall's on the Mr. Beast.
Keeping up with the kids.
Poor old exit. He is the next victim, I reckon. Hard committed to this. Very little trade potential. You can see Insani with his knife out, just desperately hoping to get information. But Fnatic doesn't have to be a full commit. It certainly doesn't have to now. With Crims going down, the flashes, though, they are just charging in and isolating Jules independently. Exit onto Roy. They have the site. Exit's known on long, so Turtle, everyone looks to him. Or is searching for him at the bare minimum. The forward push leaves Turtle low. Asher finishes his snack. Oh, and that's that. Nikodos gets the info.
Come on.
I'm coming.
Come on now, exit. Where are you going?
Oh, the door is locked. They've thrown away the key. There is no exit. He's crossed toilet side long, and he hasn't left long. Yeah, it's a play park, all right, but not for kids. It's for Fnatic. 1, Nikodos sorts it. Straight to the face, 8 for Fnatic. That is an insane return to form after a back and forth vertigo. Felt like we had a competitive affair.
At least having a couple of moments, right? I know only there's 3 kills, but 2 of them secured the round that Mibr have won. And here's that lurk smoke being used.
Yeah, let's see what Turtle's reaction to it is. He goes all the way around and inside it. Takes down Crims from behind. That is probably the best solution to it after catching a timing on that. Now, he doesn't really have the faculties to cross back to site. Nikodos posted up. More and more we're seeing AWPs opt to adopt this angle. Just because it really limits the CT's reactionary options. If Mezzy comes knocking on Monster, Turtle will just have to fight. Admittedly, here's a bit of a crossfire established, or rather just 2 Insani on that pillar. Nikodos hoping for an overstep.
This should be good for a second, I think. Yeah, Nikodos is dead. Any second now. Oh, okay, he's still alive. The bullets haven't got it just yet, but Turtle, there you go. He will oblige.
Oh, if Roy catches the timing here, just like that, Henny tucked in the toilets. Gonna be having his head on a swivel. Still handles Fasher in the second. Oh.
Henny,
Henny's
saw him.
asleep at the wheel. Didn't catch a glimpse. Still doesn't look like it's gonna have anything to cry about. Teammates will scavenge up that ult for him, and no harm, no foul. A second round for MRBR. Oh man, Breno's got 2 on his plate. Upon the fade, there should be 1 transfer, not far off. Mezzi equalizes down to 30. Bomb on his back. Let's see what his utility implies, because they're just pushing Monster right now. No one is housekeeping. Nikador's just sitting way back T-spawn stairs.
I think they're really just expecting MIBR to be constantly aggressive, and they've tapered that somewhat. I know there's a push coming through now, but there's no W key being held, well, without the shift key in play as well here, so they are actually in a little bit of trouble here, Fnatic, as far as round 15 goes. There will be a fast flank. Insani might be able to scoop up a couple. He's hearing some of these nades get thrown.
Yeah, if Exit gets 1, 1 would be great, and provided. Mezzi finished off the hard work of Breno. Complete. Plant in. Henny unchecked from long. Insani good for the first onto Dice. It's only Fasher and Insani quick for the 4th. Okay, well, that's somewhat of a recovery. A hard graft ahead, an elimination on the menu. MIBR, they have to win this next map. Overpass second half, a must win.
Ancient T-side, well, maybe not now with the new Ancient T-side. 2 hardest T-sides in the game at the moment.
Yeah, and it's off to the races. Fasher clicking heads. 2 down, now Mezzi to mow down another. The dual Berettas connect, as always. Insani, a nuisance, 13. He's the one that never seems to say never.
See the Energizer Bunny.
He is. You had him too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't have to worry about...
Who did Duracell have?
The battery. It was just a battery. Okay, that's the round. Out of energy, MIBR now.
Depleted.
Yeah, not recharge group stage. With Bartak standing in for Cabal. Maybe you won't be standing in much longer.
Yeah, maybe Bartak's holding his own on the big stage. And Insani as well in that list as he finds his 16th frag, but Fnatic looking for their 16th round. A little bit of an aggressive reaction to the loss of Roy early. You lose info connector, you take some info monster. And that will limit their options for MIBR.
Look where the bomb is. Oh,
that's tough death.
Yeah, and now, especially with what I just mentioned, Crims is about to have a surprise. And, well, Christmas, it's a long ways away. Thank you very much. I'll take this frag and the bomb. I spoke a little bit too soon, didn't I? Oh, they have the bomb. And they have a number advantage as they gallivant swiftly back towards A. Currently residing Nikodos and Mezzi, the AWP at range. Nikodos' mouth is moving. I think he spotted something on the jump here. This is for the finish.
Oh, Nikodos just missed his window there. He will have a glance at long, gets the info. That was the bomb carrier. He knows. He's called it and will play. Oof, I was going to say passive. He has to go for something now. Waits for Fasher. Maybe the orb's a bit more valuable than the round at this point. You don't really have a shot at it.
Okay. I thought they would have given this one a crack here, but if you're the coach, Keita, and you're Samuelson, you're quite happy with how this is unfolding. Hey, they haven't taken any silly risks. They didn't just run in and try and fight in a 2-on-4 situation that they couldn't win. They're going to save. They're going to try and close out on the next round of play. There's still plenty of money on the spread, so you're happy, right? They're doing it by the book. They're doing it as they should. When you have a commanding lead, don't give them any options to get back into it. And one way to start, that would be giving up guns for free. So understand, it's not the most exciting way for Fnatic to try and close things out, but it's definitely the right way.
So a Fnatic, just Deagles. Not just the Deagle in Fasher's hands, apparently.
Not like this, though, boys. Come on, though. Don't not like this. This is a gut punch, not like this.
They're quaking in their boots, Chad. They're quaking in their boots. It's Insani that caught a big dink from Roy. Not the player you want to see losing a little bit of his creative freedom off the back of that.
Fasha has the AK and the Kevlar here, so at least he's got something to work with. It looks like they want to take this fight over towards A head-on. All 4 remaining of Fnatic now starting to creep and crawl.
Insani's walking straight into this trap. Oh, one body shot would do. One to his fingertips would do. And that's slipped by the wayside for Fnatic.
Nice clear. Good shot from Exit. They should be into A now.
Nothing more. Apart from that AK of Fasha. He started this round with a bang and he looks to receive one.
He was trying to turn the flash.
He was on his way out of the door. Nikados.
Time.
Hold your horses. He spots out. Exit. No, it's one toilet. That was the low HP. Still Insani. Good for the frag. Should be fine. Crims. What's the long player? Are they assuming that? Will that be considered? One truck, one likely toilets. Crims pieces it together. Insani's head spotted, and now he's being cheeky. Waits for the bait. Insani down. Looking to close for Fnatic. Secure the group stage. This reposition, he's getting nervous, thinking he's being walked upon. This timing makes his palms a little sweaty. Exit goes wide, and Crims unable to provide. We will go again.
Oh dear, Bit having a giggle there. Knows that Breno shot was absolutely, he shouldn't have been getting away with those type of antics, but that would have been a miserable finish to a...
He had a good idea where they both were, and even had one dead to rights in his sights and waited.
Well, MIBR have had some great success with these standard rounds, but you can see how reserved Fnatic have been. They still have so many opportunities to hit the big red button, try more aggression. They're just playing very, very standard plays. 3-2 starts, no real over-aggression as far as pushes go on gun rounds. Oh, Insani chipped down to 8 HP, very low here.
Like that. Oh, Breno, 2 for 2 on the bangers. Roy out of the round. And he's going for answers. Hesitant, doesn't want to throw the advantage away. Would rather the smoke comes out first. Exit to provide. The whole squad behind on long. Just Insani going to hold that rotation through the connector. Will limit the rotation for Fnatic. And I'll say rotation, it's only going to be just Mezzy.
They've struggled on A.
Yeah, and it's only Nikados. I thought Mezzy would be coming, but maybe he doesn't need the help. Nikados want to slip the net. Hallen gets the info on the jump. Cheeky with it, rotates in. They still don't believe him. Nikados, alone, holding off the whole squad, just staring at him. Finally, he's got some aid on the way, but it's a little too late because the site is now MIBR's. Smoke towards the bin. Plant to come in. Henny responsible, setting up the boost. This could be cool. Timing of it. Henny is still yet to plant. He's taking his sweet time about it. Messi will be set up for success. And he's got to truck just in time.
He's going to be pinned to truck, though.
He's not going to be expecting this on his jiggle, that's for sure.
Barrel spotted.
How restrained is he going to be? Long. Crossing. Mezzy. Fragging. Henny does not get the response frag. He needs to find one here up close and personal with the orb. It's not the weapon for the job unless you're Henny. And from behind, Crims. Leap and bound towards 16. Only Henny. Missed shot. GG. MIBR will not play another day. Cancelled by Fnatic. We get to see them in the group stage. Top 10 in the world. And another one added to that list.
Yeah, a bit of a laboured close there from Fnatic, but it was always their game. That was a great first half on the T side. They took care of business. Defaults after defaults, just showing their class on overpass and why it's their home map. Vertigo a bit more competitive in that affair, but Kita, the coach, got to be happy with that. The boys took care of business. They did it the right way. Just got to work out, is it the handshake or the fist bump? Commiserations for MIBR. Some good moments, but still work to be done.